ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. We left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. We left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me.
Yeah, I've been on the road chill. 31, baby, living out my dream still. I just got off a tour, the Prada in store. I'm playing, I'll be rocking with the guy in the horse. Yeah, you just hopped in the coupe, got lock in the shoes. I worship his Zeus, you knocking the shoot. I'm watching you do the camp base where I'm blocking these fools. I got studio time, I got my watch in the boot. Yeah, they be praying on my downfall. I'm an outlaw, switching pulls every stanza like Southpaw. How come your mouth off when y'all soft? No, you see me on the trampoline, about to bounce off. Yeah, it's a matter of time. I know you see me standing in the front, back of the line. I happen to grind every minute, passing the time. We ain't never been friends. How you acting like mine? Y'all need consentment. Y'all got resentment. God's grace lead to repentance. You live for mentions that make me question how you gonna handle a gift if you don't know how to steward blessing. You can't do it. You don't want a dream chase. You don't put your hands to it. You know the circle shrunk. 4th and 40 got a pun. No, I don't do what I want. I do it for the kingdom come. I ain't know that I was flowing. I ain't showing sign of slowing. I am going for the juggler, mate. The one to debate. But you seem to want it for free. I ain't doing video unless I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, I've been working on a gift. I ain't doing free shows. You can call me here again. You can call me what you want. It's really absurd. Just because you the church doesn't really mean you don't have to pay me what I am worth. Woo.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. We left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. We left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's when you really gon' need me.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. And guys, we are getting a little bit of a pump to the upside, and we are actually approaching a very key level. Did we break it? Let me check here. We did not crack the level yet. We are approaching a very key level here, guys. As you guys know, we have been looking for, or I've been waiting for a retracement because, as you guys know, I did not take my short the last time we were at these prices because I simply did not get my confirmations. And well, you come back to the charts and you see this retracement back up to those highs and you start thinking to yourself, well, hey, I guess those confirmations weren't there and I didn't take their trade for a reason. So not that this is always guaranteed to get that retracement, but we are getting that retracement, guys. I want to talk to you. Am I looking to enter a short right here? If I am, what am I looking for to potentially get into that trade? What are these key levels we're touching right now? And are we likely to see this give us another big pump up to those higher price targets, getting between about $39,000 to $40,000 to $41,000? Or are we just coming up here to test these levels that we're at right now, just to double top and roll back over to lower prices? So we're going to cover all those key levels to the downside, as well as what I'm thinking about the future price action going into the rest of the night and tomorrow. Are we going to get that rejection that we're looking for, or are we going to pump up to those higher prices? We're going to cover all that on tonight's live stream. And guys, I was like kind of late to the stream again today, so bear with me while I pull up our actual chat here. But guys, thank you all for tuning in and chilling with us here to do 2 hours of TA on this crazy thing they call Bitcoin with your boy Frankie Candles and the Candle Mafia. And yeah, we got a lot to look at here today, guys. So before we get into it, smash up that like button, guys. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure, which basically gets you guys a bunch of free crypto. And I think we got a couple free Frankie Candles hats for Friday's giveaway. But before we jump into the charts, guys, let's say what's up to the Mafia. I already see you guys going crazy here. Shout out to Chevelron Trout. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being here. We got Crypto Al in the house. Zeus Cash, as always, good to see you. He's the fish guy, if anybody's wondering. Shout out to Mark Dutch, DJ Flexa, Zamixel Crypto, Wayne C, Crimson Caravan Company, French Toaster, Low Key Feta. Shout out to you, bro. Low-key feta. I love feta. Let me know if you like feta cheese in the chat. But yeah, shout out to JCacky Crypto, Justin Campbell, Bubba's Crypto, Darren Does Things as always. Got to meet Darren Does Things over video chat today, which was pretty cool. So shout out to Darren Does Things. And shout out, last but not least, to Wolfman Ate My Crypto, and shout out to the Aztecian Cactus Mosswater. But guys, we got a lot to look at on the charts here today, so let's go ahead and jump on into the charts after I change my aspect ratio so you guys can see the full screen. So here we go. All right, let's pull up 1920 by 1080. Here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Here we go, guys. So let me pull up OBS real quick so I can make sure you guys are seeing everything accurately. Okay, so obviously, guys, we were, where are we? Okay, we were looking for this potential retracement. As you guys know, last night on the live stream, we were looking at some of these key levels down here. More specifically, this time and volume point of control at $35,400, as well as this golden pocket coming in at about $35.69, which was basically the key level that we were looking at for a bounce as we were coming down here yesterday. But more specifically, guys, like I want you to take a look at how these naked points of control are behaving, right? We got the bounce off the golden pocket. We're now flipping it to support, and we are getting that push to the upside. And guys, I'm not going to lie, I am actually pretty happy that we got this retracement because like I was saying in the beginning of the stream, you know, we have been looking for some bearish signals into this key level of resistance. And let me actually just go ahead and clean up this chart just a little bit here, guys. We'll go ahead and take this off. We'll take that off. We'll take this and this off. And then we will also go ahead and we'll leave it right about here. So obviously, guys, we were looking for that daily bearish divergence into our key level of resistance, and that was kind of the first thing I was looking at, letting everybody know, hey, we're pushing into a key level of resistance. If we see that bearish divergence form at these levels, that may be where we can start looking for shorts. But as you guys know, we got up there and we did wind up getting the correction. And you know, I always tell you guys, you know, with these daily bear divs, oftentimes, or more often than not, they will give you some kind of a move. They don't always give you that big nuke to the floor that you're looking for, but it's very rare that they give you no move to the downside. But the reason I did not take my trade or my short position from up at this level, I think it was yesterday or the day before, we were talking about how I missed my short entry because I didn't get that third confirmation that I was looking for. So I just simply didn't enter the trade. I do not mess around with this, guys. When I don't get those confirmations, I do not take the trade. And it makes sense here, right? We got the move down, which is, not unlikely based off the daily bearish divergence. We figured we could come down before we come back up, but it was indeed not that macro bearish signal that we were looking to short. So you could see how making sure that you're seeing all the confirmations you need to see, guys, can very likely keep you out of not necessarily bad trades, because if you did take that trade off this daily bear div and you found a decent entry at these highs, you would have made a pretty nice profit. But what I was looking for here was a big swing short, right? A longer term position to come down to some much lower prices. And again, we didn't get those confirmations, so I didn't take the trade. And I've kind of been sitting here like, I hope we get the retracement. Otherwise, I may miss this bigger move down. And here we are finally getting this next push to the upside. Now, the question now lies here, guys. Are we going to just kind of reject from where we hit last time, or are we going to come up and shoot for some of those higher targets that we've been looking at with this naked monthly point of control coming in at $38,998? And then obviously just above that, we have our key level at about $40,000 even. And then actually above that, we do have some naked points of control actually getting into the $40,000, $40,100 area, and I believe a little bit above that. But just in general, we are shooting up towards these targets, and the question is, are we going to reject here or come to see some higher prices? Now, I will say here, guys, one of the things that I did see on the chart in indicating that we could get this push to the upside, number one, look at your money flow on this 1 hour time frame, right? You got the money flow crossing over into the green, and this was happening at the same time as this green dot on the 16 hour, and you guys know, oftentimes we look for those setups where you have the money flow crossing over on the medium hourly time frames with our green dots on the 16 hour. Like if you're looking at the 1 hour money flow crossover into the green, you're looking at that 16 hour green dot, that 12 hour green dot to potentially give you a significant move to the upside. And we did wind up getting that, but now we're hitting resistance. And I will say this, guys, if we do continue up here, I am still in my long positions. Let me see if I actually have them up right now. I don't have it open right now, but I am still in my swing long position, up over $1,000. I am also in a scalp long position up about the other trade was up $1,000 unrealized, and then we had like 2,500 locked in. But our other scalp long is up, if this can load. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Up about $1,000 as well, 152%. So, we are riding on these longs pretty nicely here, guys, but I am being very cautious for more than one reason. And one of those reasons has to do with the fact that we are getting very close to this swing high. Now, remember, guys, we did spit a little bit of sauce yesterday talking about our liquidity and looking for price to come up and sweep liquidity before reversing back to the downside. And we are now approaching an area where we know there is likely going to be a significant amount of liquidity. So this is typically a level, and we talked about yesterday how to actually find these levels, guys. You could do it a couple different ways, right? You could find it by just trying to assume where people are long or short from, or you can also be looking at something like a heat map to figure out where that liquidity is and where it is likely to get swept. So what I am looking for here, guys, is a potential sweep of the highs before getting a reversal back to the downside. And if you remember, looking at our 2-day time frame, you guys will know not only were we looking for our bearish divergences on the daily, but we were also looking here at the 2-day, being very careful of that second push to the upside, because, guys, if we do wind up breaking this high and we do not get a swing failure pattern here to reverse back to the downside, chances are we are probably going to shoot back up to some of these higher targets, getting closer to, again, 39 to 40K. And if you look at the 2-day time frame, we could wind up setting up for a potential push up to these levels, and if we do, we will put more higher highs in on our price, and it could wind up giving us a lower high on our momentum wave on the 2-day, being an even stronger signal than that daily bear div to look for a short. So that is kind of the next macro signal I would be looking at for a significant pullback if we wind up getting a bigger move to the upside. But locally, guys, I am going to be looking for these highs to get potentially swept for at least some kind of a scalp short to the downside. And then if we can make a little bit of money on that, great. And then if we do get stopped out, I will manage the risk very tightly on this trade. Kind of anticipating price to break through and stop us out to come up to these higher targets. Because remember, not only do these naked points of control act as strong resistance, but they also act as magnets, sucking price into these areas. So again, if this key level here at 39K is going to suck us up into that level, it would make a lot of sense to get there. And on top of that, if you come up to a higher time frame, you can see not only do we have our naked monthly point of control, but we also have our point of control of this range we've been looking at here back from about March of 2022, right? So again, based off of just your typical volume profile theory, you could potentially be looking at this as your value area low, and we are now breaking through the value area low, right? So I want you guys to think about that, right? Just from a volume profile standpoint, if I hide all this other stuff, you could see, and I will highlight this volume profile. I'll highlight this volume profile right about here, make it white. There we go, right? So we are simply just approaching a value area low. And if we're able to get above this level, flip it to support, it's going to be pretty likely that, if we are able to hold this level of support, it could be very likely that we are going to get a move to that POC, which, zoomed out doesn't look that far away, at 39K or 38,998 is the exact number of that level on Exo charts. So that would be kind of, value area low to POC. That might be where that next higher high comes in, and it may be where we're able to put in a potential 2-day bearish divergence. And again, if we shoot above that level, we could potentially get a move up to our $40,000 psychological level. And if I go ahead and bring us on over, I'll pull up a clean chart here real quick, and we'll come on over to the Bitstamp chart, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to hide our TA, and I'm going to come on over to my volume indicator template. And I'm going to go ahead and take a look at our naked points of control, and I want to see where those naked monthly points of control are. So we come up to the monthly time frame. You can see here, we do have a naked monthly point of control up here at about $40,450. So that is going to be another level to watch. Like I said, you do have those naked points of control. We have a naked monthly point of control right here at 40,400, call it. Or hang on, let me zoom in here. Let me get a little bit more of an accurate level here. Between I would say 40,300, right? So that is going to be a big level to be looking at. I just wanted to point that out because I mentioned the level, but we didn't actually say where it was. So that is that naked monthly point of control I am talking about at 40,300. So again, we could be shooting, things could get messy here if we start pushing up. Come on, there we go. If we start pushing up here, guys, we could easily see a move to the $40,000 level, and if we continue to push up, that naked point of control is sitting just above us. Basically meaning, guys, if we do push up, I do think we are probably entering into that phase where a bigger correction may be able to come in after another squeeze to the upside. Again, looking at those upwards targets. And I want to remind you guys, if you are looking at this as a previous volume profile, you should never be lost on where price is likely to go next, right? Because let me label this previous value area high, and then right here, we will label the old naked monthly point of control. But simply put, guys, just so no one gets confused, we are simply tapping on the door to this volume profile. So what would we be expecting looking at us knocking on the door of a value area low, right? So if we push up here, flipping it to support, looking for a move to the POC, and then if we get above that POC, we could look for, again, we have the local level here, we have the local MPOC at 40,300, and then, if we're able to get above these levels, we could open up the idea to potentially coming up to the value area high, coming in at $44,098. So simply put, guys, it actually is kind of a nice situation to be in, because if we do not wind up rejecting, just sweeping these highs and essentially just rejecting this value area low, we now know what to look for, right? We know to look for price jumping on top of this value area low and holding it as support. And if that does happen, you can expect this price to visit that 39K MPOC. And if you get above that, Obviously, there's local resistance, but we could wind up starting that journey up to the value area high. And this is how, this is why I always say it's not about just trying to pick up or down and then just crossing your fingers and hoping that it happens, right? You have to be able to see the levels above you and assess the situation when you get to these levels, right? Because if we hit this key level at 40K and we get bearish confirmations, it may be likely to reverse, right? But if we start ripping through here and there's no bearish confirmations, we may just be bullishly consolidating for another shot up to the value area high. But I hope that anyone who tunes into these live streams is starting to see how we use these volume profiles to anticipate Bitcoin's next move. This is how we call them, right? This is how we make these calls, guys. It has a lot to do with the volume profiles as well as Market Cypher B. Hold up. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for that super chat, bro. I appreciate you for being here and sending that super chat. He said, how are you not smashing the likes? Our boy is killing it. He be killing it like Michael Myers with a chart. Shout out to Creighton C. I don't want to show you guys what I have on my desk, but I do have a array of knives. Shout out to Creighton C, bro. Thank you for sending that super chat. And guys, yeah, listen to Creighton C. Smash up that like button if you find the content useful. Smash up that like button, and if you like puppies and babies, I would smash that like button as well. Continuing on, guys, like these are the next key levels, right? And you know, it's always hard for me to, like, we're going to talk about the local TA right now and what I'm expecting in the short term here. But, you know, I want you guys to realize, right, almost when people tune into my live stream, I hope the first thing they think of is like, okay, what was this guy talking about yesterday? Because if you're able to do that, you're going to start seeing, you know, what we looked at the day before to anticipate the current moves that we're seeing. And this is how you're going to learn how to trade these markets, right? You're like, oh, Frankie was looking at this yesterday, but he always talks about how sometimes he gets faked out looking at this. And like, you should start being able to put these things together and then, incorporating it into your own analysis and actually making money on this stuff yourself. Even if I'm not live or I'm not in the Discord giving setups, you should be able to look at these charts, learn from these live streams for completely free, and then take action, right? And incorporate this into your trading plan and make money yourself. So I just want you guys to remember, right? I did not go short here for a reason, right? And what happened? We got the retracement. So this is what we were looking at. And I'm actually kind of happy we came back up because it's not often when you don't get those confirmations. Typically things don't play out. And was getting a little nervous yesterday, but we wound up getting the retracement. So just again, guys, looking for shorts here. Still holding my longs, taking profit on the longs as well. I just took some more profit off of my scalp long earlier today, not before the stream, but like earlier this afternoon. This is what we're looking at on Bitcoin, guys. Now, zooming into the lower time frames, I want to talk about the local analysis and try to figure out what we are likely to do coming up here in the near or local future. So obviously, guys, we have been trading in this volume profile, right? We got the breakout, we came back in, and you know, this was kind of another thing I was actually talking to the premium Discord about earlier today, and that is, we talk about it on the live stream as well all the time, and that is, guys, when price is in a fair value, right? And we have price ranging around within a volume profile, and we leave or deviate above the highs. Oftentimes, if you are not going to get a strong bounce off the value area high and go to higher prices, sometimes, and actually a lot of times, what will happen is price will come back down and retest the point of control of this range before finally getting the big breakout. And we talk about this all the time, even in the opposite direction. If price were to come down here and lose the range to the downside, sometimes you get a retracement to put a lower high in at the POC before getting your bigger move to the downside. And it works in both directions. And this is, I was telling the premium Discord, like, guys, I am being careful right now, looking for a little bit more of a move to the upside, just because we have come down and tapped this, what is it called? Point of control. Shout out to Creighton C. We have tapped this point of control almost perfectly, and then we got the breakout, right? And you can see we flipped that value area low to value area high to support before getting the bigger move up. But there was also, shout out to Darren, actually notified me that there was a swing failure setup that we put in the premium Discord from here. So we actually did have a setup from down here on a swing failure at this wick to go long. I actually didn't take it because I'm already in a short, I'm already in a two long positions. I didn't take the trade, but Darren let me know. Sometimes we put so many setups in the Discord that I'm like, sometimes Darren is the one, like, I'll be on stream and I'll be like, I think I put this setup in the Discord, and Darren's just like, yeah, you put it on this day at this level. You were looking for this. And I'm like, okay, I thought I was. So shout out to Darren. Darren does things for keeping us all up to date, or keeping me up to date on the setups that we put in the Discord. Because, you know, sometimes I don't have time to take them, or I'm not there to take them, and you know, there's so many that sometimes we forget. So but that's what we're looking at, right? We've come down, tested that POC, and then we got the breakout back out of our range. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. You know, money flow on the 1 hour crossing over into the green with your 16-hour green dot is a pretty bullish signal. We could continue this move up. However, I want you to take a look at the 4 hour. Now, this 4 hour time frame, remember what we spoke about last night, guys. When you have these bearish divergences, right? And actually, let me get rid of this volume profile. When you have these bearish divergences with the higher highs on price, right, with your lower highs on your momentum waves, and money flow coming out. We talked about this like almost all this week. Oh, ever since this printed, we've been talking about this, right? I guess November 9th. But not only do these bearish divergences indicate potential significant highs, but when you have the money flow coming out as well, guys, oftentimes this means that it's time to start coming down. Now, we are getting the mixed signal of the money flow crossing back over into the green here, but look at your VWAP rolling back over, about to crash back on this money flow wave and potentially drag it back into the red. So I am being very careful. Again, like we were expecting, or I was actually hoping for a secondary push up here so I can get another shot at entering a short position. But, you know, a lot of people are probably thinking like, oh my God, is this where we rip up to 50K? Not impossible, but I do think that if we push up, it's much more likely to come into more of those macro higher targets that we've been looking at, to potentially put in some more macro bearish divergences and then get that bigger correction back to the downside. So, you know, I do think even if we continue up, guys, we are probably on our kind of last our last like breath of air, right? Like we're like sprinting around that last breath, just trying to reach for those higher prices. But I do think like this was some kind of a significant pullback. And in big moves up like this, guys, sometimes these pullbacks are all you get, right? Like came up here on this big move up back in December. We got the big move up, slight pullback, big move up, slight pullback, big move up, and then you finally got the big correction we were looking for, right? So I do think that we are probably in a very, very similar situation that we were in back here, where you come up, we get the secondary push, and then you get a little correction, and then you get one more push before the final correction or before the full retracement comes in. And I am going to be looking for something very similar. Now, I again, think we could come up short term, potentially, if we don't swing fail this level here. But again, I do think it will be that last gust of air before finally getting a bigger correction to come in. So that's really what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, guys. And again, that money flow coming out on the 4 hour, as well as our daily bearish divergence with the money flow coming out, could also indicate that, you know, we are nearing a macro top. But look at your VWAP. If we start printing this green dot on the daily, that is probably what is going to give us that secondary push into these higher levels. And like, I think this is probably less likely than the 40K level, but you know, I think the only thing that makes me think that we can make it to 44K is simply just the fact that we will be accepted. If we come up into these levels, we will be accepted into the volume profile, which would make it likely to come up here and eventually get that value area high visited. But it's really a hard call right now, guys, because it really all depends on if we're able to maintain support within this value area low before expecting that much higher level. But right now, the next key levels, guys, 39 and 40 to 41K is really those next targets. If we do get more of a push up here, that's kind of, as of right now, the highest I would be looking. And it's not until we start flipping these MPOCs where I would really be looking for that value area high. But that is why trading is an if this then that statement, guys, and we do not take the trade if we don't get the confirmation. So right now, this is how I'm handling the market. I am sitting on both my long positions that are already massively in profit, right? Sitting on those long positions, and I'm just analyzing the charts as we get to each individual level. We're within our purple box, which is typically where I'm looking for resistance. If I get a confirmation to go short here, I will. If not, I'm looking up to 40K. If we get confirmations there, I'll look for the short. If not, I'm looking up towards 41K or 40,300, the level we just looked at. And if we get above there, that's where you could kind of expect, okay, maybe we are going to push up to that $44,000 value area high. But again, I do think that value area high is a little less likely to get hit, in my opinion. But, you know, we will know as we hit these levels if it's going to be more likely to hit that because of the volume profile. And then coming on down to our lower time frames, 2-hour VWAP also rolling over. And then, again, 90-minute Money flow crossing over into the green, which could, but your VWAP is coming down. This is the one thing that has me concerned. 30-minute money flow in the green dot looking to print. So, yeah, guys, I mean, I would just be looking for some consolidation, maybe another push up, but I'm definitely looking for shorts up here based off the 4-hour money flow, as well as the daily bearish divergence confirmed with the money flow starting to come out, being very, very cautious here. So, but that is basically what I'm looking at as far as going short. And even if we pulled our local range here, like what's happening, right? We're deviating above our value area. If you could get those confirmations to go short, you could potentially look to enter. Because remember, when you're trading the value areas, guys, you are looking at the deviations above your value area high, which is right here. You are looking at those deviations as an overvalued Bitcoin, especially if you're coming into key levels of resistance. And if you get your confirmations up here, you would be shorting, right? Looking for a short, potentially targeting the value area low of that range at about 36.3. And then I'm not even really going to talk about the macro levels, guys. We talk about them every day. But you know, the macro levels of support as of right now would basically, or the local levels of support I would be watching if we do come down is simply just going to be within this volume profile, right? Right here. Right, just this. So if we come back down, just looking to get accepted back into this range, come to the POC, potentially down to the value area low, and then at that value area low, we are going to reassess the situation and figure out, should we be looking for longs down here, or does it look like we're going to lose the range and come down to some of those lower levels that we were looking at yesterday as we were dumping, and those are coming in closer. Let me go ahead and let me pull them up real quick. Where are we? That's like the macro levels. We don't need to go that deep just yet. Where are those local single prints? Where did we put those? There they are. So there you go, right? Like looking at some of those lower levels, potentially getting down into the 32.5 level. But we got some business up here. We got to figure out what we're doing up here, looking for the shorts. But yeah, those are the key levels of resistance I am looking at right now, guys. But other than that, I'm very suspicious because I'm happy we got this retracement so I can look for our next short entry. But that 2-day green dot is kind of throwing a wrench in the mix, right? Because that green dot prints on the 2-day. Luckily, this will take time to play out and print. So, but yeah, this 2-day, if you think we're going to get a move up to 44K or even 40K, that 2-day green dot may be the thing to be looking at. But other than that, guys, I am on short watch. Those are the key levels I'm looking at locally. And I don't want to overcomplicate it. You can also take a look at our more macro. Let me get rid of this range just to clear things up. We also have our major range that we were trading in down here, which we came down and tapped that POC at least on the Bybit chart we did. If I pull this on the Bybit chart, you can see we came down, tapped that POC. This is another major range I'd be looking at, right? Because if you do wind up coming down here, not only do you have this local volume profile we were trading in, but realistically, you're also deviating above this volume profile, which you would expect if you come back down and get accepted. You would actually come a little lower than the levels we were just talking about, getting closer to about the $33,500 area. So, you know, it really depends on if you're looking for the scalps or you're looking for the day trades or the swing trades, what you're looking at. But for most people, I think this is probably the range you would want to be looking at, just because it's kind of local, but also not hyper local for scalps. But really be just sitting on my hands, guys, waiting for the higher prices, right? We did not take these highs yet, so I am not taking the trade. But if we start taking these highs, we get the confirmations, I will look for the short position. And other than that, guys, like I do think the pullback is likely to come very soon, even if we get that next push to the upside into those higher targets for Bitcoin. But guys, that's about what we are looking. That is basically what we're looking at on Bitcoin right now. Shout out to the 989 people just getting ever so close to that 1,000 viewer level. Smash that like button, guys. If we hit 800 likes on tonight's stream, it's also classically, I feel like every stream is a short stream for us, or I say it's a short stream and then we just do 2 hours anyway. But this is likely going to be a bit of a shorter stream, guys. I do have some important stuff to do, but we wound up, I'm giving you the key levels right here and all the sauce. We will still take a look at those altcoins. Don't you worry. But that's what we're looking at on, it's funny because I feel like I don't have much to talk about with this little pump to the upside. But the reason I don't have much to talk about is because we were looking for this yesterday. So it's just like, yeah, like, okay, so we're seeing what we were looking for yesterday, right? So hopefully everybody else can see that as well. So you guys can apply this to yourself, to your own analysis. But yeah, that is what we are looking at on Bitcoin. Shout out to Chiefy Ways, says, thank you so much, Frankie. I got to start watching more. Shout out to Chief. Hey, bro, come hang out. And if you hang out in here long enough, you'll probably wind up with a Frankie Candles membership, and you'll have all the special emojis, and it's a good time. We got the beats on the channel. Except I can't hear them because I don't have my speakers plugged in. But yeah, bro, we have a good time here. We do 2 hours of TA every single weekday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And even when I say it's a short stream, we usually still do 2 hours of TA. So shout out to you, bro. We really like to, somebody, MJ said, Candleboy Crypto. Shout out to MJ. But yeah, guys, that's what, we're basically seeing what we were looking for and what I was hoping for to get into my short position. So just holding the longs, looking for those confirmations to go short. If you guys are interested in getting the spoon-fed trade setups, where we did get that setup off this daily bear div, which could have been the big breakdown, but just wound up being a nice little scalp short to the downside. If you guys are interested in getting those spoon-fed trade setups, you can check the link in the description down below or go to frankiecandlestrading.com where you can get access to our premium Discord. Let's see. We should be teaching this in schools. JC, I agree with you. At Hannah King, why is Frankie Candles hating on you so much? What? I can't hate the CandleMafia princess. What does this even mean? Hang on. She super chatted. Oh, hold up. I missed a super chat, guys. Hang on one sec. And then we're going to get into the altcoins. Shout out to Hannah King. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. She says, made back 50% of what I lost today. LFG. Shout out to Hannah King. Hopefully, I guess you mean half of what you lost in the hack? Let me know, Hannah. If you made back half of what you lost in the hack, I will sleep like a baby tonight because I really do feel bad that you got hacked. You do not deserve that. But shout out to Hannah King. Thank you for the super chat. And shout out to you for making your money back. Let's go. Shout out to Hannah King. Tiara's in the chat for the princess of the Candle Mafia. And we got Steve-O. Shout out to Steve-O Slots. Said Caspa Crypto good? Well, we could take a look at Caspa in a second there, Steve-O. We will definitely take a look at Caspa today. But if you guys want to see your favorite altcoins, look at the tiaras in chat for you, Hannah. Let's go. Shout out to Tim. We could take a look at Dot, no problem. Let's go, Hannah. Come on. I'm so happy for you, Hannah. Thank God. God, that makes me so happy. Hannah got back some of the money she lost. Let's go. On a trade? Shout out to Hannah King out there crushing the trades. But go ahead. Look at Hannah. Check out these tiaras in chat. They love you. The Mafia loves you, Hannah. But guys, go ahead and spam those altcoins if you want to see some analysis on your favorite altcoins. Rob the Crypto Snob or Tyler or Tony or Crypto Anon or whoever is, I guess maybe it's Tyler. I don't know who's in here today. I think it's Tyler, maybe Rob. But if we can spam your altcoins and then they will count up the votes, let us know what alts we're looking at. And don't do Caspa. We'll take a look at Caspa. We'll take a look at XRP. We'll take a look at Ethereum. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. There he is. He says cough, cough. There he is. I always know they're like usually in here somewhere. I just never know, who's doing the alts or etc. But shout out to Chemistry Bro. Yo, Chembro, do you remember the ritual that we did when you got knighted as a mod? I was thinking about that the other day. It was hilarious. We turned off the lights. I read some creepy, not cultish poem, and everybody had candles in the chat. It was hilarious. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and continue on. And take a look at Ethereum. I want to start off with Ethereum, guys, and let's go ahead and jump on into it. So, here we are, right? Again, man, guys, I might have to make less content because yeah, like we were looking for the drop down, right? If we lost $2,000 on ETH, we were looking to get a move down to this value area high at 1930, where we would be looking for a potential bounce. We front ran that by about $10, and we did get the bounce. And now we have reclaimed, not only have we reclaimed that $2,034 area, but we are also attempting to reclaim this value area low. And if we are able to hold this value area low, guys, we can wind up seeing Ethereum wind up getting a move back up to the local value area high POC where we were once visiting at about $2,100, right? And that's kind of the local, right? I'll just give you the local analysis on ETH first, and then we will go ahead and take a look at more of the macro. So to pull up the local ETH TA, I am going to pull up a clean chart, right? So let's come on down to the 1 hour. Let's go ahead and hide all the indicators, and let's go ahead and start pulling some ranges. So we have our range right here. I'm going to get rid of whatever that is. And here we are, right? So we have come back. Actually, we'll go back to the 2 hour. We have lost the range, right? We came back in, and we are now potentially going to get accepted back into this area of balance. What does that mean for Ethereum? Well, if we can get some bullish confirmations here, which doesn't look like they're really setting up on the chart right now, VWAP on the 2 hour coming to the downside, 4 hour VWAP rolling over, as well as your money flow consistently flowing to the downside. So this would be a little bit more of a bearish look on Ethereum. And if we do wind up coming down, we'll talk about the areas of support in a second, but we have to hold above this value area low if you want to see those higher prices visited for you between the POC and value area high, getting into that $2,100 level. And then coming on down to our 30-minute. Yeah, I mean, you're getting a little bit of resistance at the POC, but this is the 100% the range I would be looking at if I were trading Ethereum, which I should, because Ethereum just listens to anything we tell it to do. For some reason, even better than Bitcoin. But let's see, right? Value area low, these are the levels I'd be looking at on ETH. Value area low coming in at $2,025. Your POC coming in at $2,050, and then your value area high coming in at $2,107. So I would expect these to get respected. And then if you wind up losing your value area low and getting a bigger move to the downside, what I would be doing is coming on over to our other chart, right? If we lose this value area low and we come back down, key level remains the same, right? You could look to hold. Let me get rid of this actual fib. If we wind up losing this value area low right here at 2030, you could look to hold this blue box, but once you lose the blue box, simply put, you're going to be looking back down towards this value area high, which again is going to be that same level we were looking at yesterday that we bounced off of, I guess yesterday, right? Yeah, the same level we bounced off yesterday and we've had our eye on, and it has everything to do with the volume profiles. We know we have this other volume profile down here that we were trading in, and it's likely going to be key support on the way down, and if we get accepted back in there, we now know, hey, we could probably look down towards that POC and value area low, because when you get below the value area high, it is more likely than not that you will fill that entire range. So that is what I'm looking at on Ethereum, guys. Other than that, taking a look at your daily green dot, VWAP also coming back up towards that zero line. Very, very, very similar to Bitcoin. So there you go. That is basically what I'd be looking at on Bitcoin. So locally, I would be looking for these local levels to get respected, right? And then if you lose it, you're looking back down towards that old value area high, sitting at about $1,925. Yo, shout out to Chemistry, bro. Dude, that is like the quickest I think we've ever had the alts done. Shout out to Chemistry, bro, out there doing some chemistry on the alts. But shout out to K-Rose. Thank you for the super chat. Says Zookeeper, ticker ZOO, 1250 on coin market cap. And then Katana Inu. Oh, God, we're going to get into the meme coins. Let's go. Shout out to Cave Rose. We can take a look at those. No problemo. I'll actually go. I'll take a quick look at these right now. Listen, guys, the meme coins are it's really hard to do I can already tell. Like, this is going to be extremely difficult to do the actual TA on, because it's probably came out not that long ago. And even if it did, they're usually very low liquidity, which makes it very hard to do actual analysis. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to save these for later. But shout out to K-Rose. We will take a look at them. But I'm gonna cover the alt list first, and then we'll jump back to the meme coins. Let me just see if I can find Kata a little more quicker. Okay, so this is on MEXC. Okay, this is analyzable at least. Still kind of a wonked out chart, to be honest. But we will come back to these in a minute. I want to cover the main coins first, but K-Rose, stick around. We will get that Zookeeper and Katana in there for you, no problemo. Or Kata, I should say. But let's go ahead and check out ADA, as that is our next altcoin. And we will also check out XRP, even though it's not on the list. And here we are, guys. You guys know, as we were looking at ADA the other day, I drew these weird red lines. I don't know why I never changed the color of them. But here we are, right? What were we looking at on Cardano? We have this previous value area, and I'm actually going to get rid of some of these purple boxes. I'll get rid of that purple box to clean it up. And shout out to KN. Jason says ICP, please. We can check out ICP. No problem. I do just want to preface here, guys. Super chats do not guarantee that we look at the coin. Otherwise, we would literally be here all day, every day, which we are already, but we would never be able to end the stream if we took every super chat. Everyone would just super chat like $1. But we will take a look at ICP, and I will take a look at those meme coins. I just want to always reiterate. I will promise those, but I want to reiterate, all super chats are not guaranteed that we look at the coins, just because we would just never be able to end the stream. But we will try to look as many as we possibly can. You guys can believe that. But taking a look at Cardano here, guys. Obviously, we did have this volume profile with our value area low. POC. I'm just going to label these live with you guys right now. If I can get this line. POC value area high. Boom, right? So we had this value area. We got back in, flipped it to support, the value area low to support, and then we knew we would likely go to the POC. If you flip the POC to support, you can get up to the value area high. And, I mean, this is the perfect example of why you should be using the volume profiles, guys, because literally they play out like textbook every single time. Not every single time, obviously, but, I mean, what happens? You flip the value area low to support. You look to go to the POC. You flip that to support almost perfectly, and then boom, you get up to the value area high. Easy peasy, right? Now, I don't want to make it seem like trading this would be easy, but simple with why we look at these levels, guys. Very, very, very simple. And we are now hitting the value area high with a bearish divergence on the 15-minute with right into your key level of resistance with your money flow coming out. Let's check that 4-hour time frame, see if we can, oh, baby. Maybe a scalpable opportunity, not a hashtag not a trade setup, hashtag not financial advice. But if I were looking to, let me get rid of this purple box and this fib and this fib. But if I were looking to trade this, guys, got a bear div into that key level of resistance, right? Lower highs on your momentum waves. Money flow coming out on the 15-minute. Let's go down to the 12. 12-minute money flow coming out as well. 10-minute generally trending to the downside. 7-minute trending to the downside. 5-minute money flow coming out. 3-minute crossing into the red, potentially. There you go, crossing over into the red right here. Not too shabby. Now, I'm not saying enter a short right this second, but you could be looking for potential shorts on ADA, and I'm not talking about a short to zero. I'm talking about a scalp short within the context of this volume profile. So if I were looking to take this trade, which I am not, I want to be clear, I think a lot of people will be like, oh my God, he shorted it, so now I'm going to short it, and it's guaranteed to play out. Number one, not the case. Number two, I'm not taking this trade. But I'm just saying if I were to take this trade, just to give you guys some insight into how I actually trade these ranges, you have a bear div, money flow coming out, right? Looking at multiple time frames, and if this money flow continues out, and now the bear div is confirmed, but if this money flow crosses over into the red, and now I can see that our VWAP on the 4-hour is rolling over to the downside. If we're able to get this to print a red dot as our 15-minute money flow is crossing over into the red, that is where I would expect a bigger move down for Cardano. And if I were able to find an entry up here, simply put, I would be looking to take this short. Very, very simple. Take the short down to the POC, take partial profits, and typically the POC is more in the middle of the range, guys, but this one's kind of close to the value area low. But I'd be looking to take it down to the POC, and then if we get down to that POC, I would take profits and then look to get down to the value area low, take some more profits, and then at that point, I would assess the situation. Does it look more bearish? Does it look more bullish? Does it look like we could break the range? And if so, I may hold a portion of that trade to potentially get a bigger break to the downside. But until that, I would be looking to respect these levels. And even if you get another pump here, right, because look at your 15-minute, might print a green dot. So if we do push up a little bit more locally here, I would just look for continued bearish divergence with the money flow continuing to come out to find an entry to go short to the POC and eventually the value area low. And again, do I think it's possible to come down? Well, I mean, look at the 2-hour. 2 hours looking for a red dot. Although the money flow is crossing into the green, you want to keep that in mind. But look at that VWAP. Looking to potentially cool off, right, at a key level of resistance. You'll find that oftentimes when you're finding these bearish divergences, or if you're finding, red dots looking to print on Market Cipher B, oftentimes it will occur at the value area high. So that's what I'd be looking at, guys, on Cardano. Nice and simple, clean little range to be looking at. And for anybody who is curious, that range was pulled right here from if you want to find the same range between Monday, the 8th of May, 2023, all the way to Monday, the 5th of June, 2023, and then I just simply extrapolated those levels to the right, and you could see even over here, we clearly respected these levels, right? You wicked up to the POC, rejected, and then you shot right up to the value area high, respected, and then you wound up you wound up respecting the actual value area low with the bodies of your candles here, and you wicked up to the POC a couple times. But all these levels are respected. Value area low respected here. POC respected here. POC respected here. Value area high respected here. And this is why the volume profiles, guys, are unstoppable. They're unstoppable, guys. This is like, I'm not saying you can't just look left to find your support and resistance. This definitely works as well. But these are based off of volume, right? That's why I love them. They are super, super, super reliable. And shout out to the crypto. Shout out to Crypto Bottler. I think that's what it is. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for joining the Hitman. Welcome to the Mafia, my friend. And shout out to Jessica, our female Candle Mafia representative. Shout out to all those female Candle Mafia members. We appreciate you guys tuning in. And you guys are like a protected asset of the Candle Mafia. We love our female Candle Mafia members. The girls be out there crushing those trades. You guys saw Hannah just made a bunch of her money back. So shout out to Hannah King. But guys, hey, Flat Smack in the chat. Good time to short XRP. We'll take a look at XRP right now. And speaking of Flat Smack, guys, Flat Smack that like button. 850 likes. We're spinning that wheel 30 times, and I'll give away a free month of the premium Discord to one lucky Candle Mafia member. All right, let's go ahead. Shout out to Div X-Ray says, can you explain super quick the money flow, how you read the charts? Well, shout out to Div. I'll do it on XRP because that's our next altcoin, but I will go ahead and explain money flow. So Div, go ahead. Shout out to Div, bro. That's like my favorite signal, a divergence, Div. But anyway, let's take a look here. Come on with this. Woo, baby guy. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. Your boy Frankie Candle's a little bit cranky today. I am a little bit cranky, and that little line there almost set me over the edge. You might, guys, may be able to see me break this mouse on live stream one day, guys. It may happen. Is Crypto Totoro in here? Crypto Totoro, if you're in here, show yourself. I got something to say to you. It's a good thing. That sounded like a threat. That was a good thing. I want to shout you out real quick. But let's see here. Okay, so XRP, guys. What were we looking at on XRP? Obviously, I caught the short on XRP from all the way up here at about, I think I got in like 71 cents. So I didn't catch the absolute tip of the wick, but we did catch the trade off of this swing failure pattern. And what is happening now? We came all the way down to our value area low, 786. We dipped that 786 just a little bit. But remember, guys, before I was looking for a short on XRP. I missed the short, right? Because we did not tap my key level. And when I don't get my level tapped, sounds dirty. When I don't get my level tapped, I simply don't take the trade, right? Or if I don't hit the level and I don't get my confirmations, I definitely don't take the trade. And I did not get either here, so I did not take the trade. We got the move to the downside in where we were expecting to come down to the value area low, golden pocket 786 retracement to potentially look for a long position, which obviously we are getting a bounce from. However, what happened in between that time? We actually wound up wicking all the way up and hitting my key level and getting the signals to go short. So I did take the short, and we are still holding that position. But we are just getting a little bit of a bounce off the 786 value area low, which is obviously going to be very expected. And I want you guys to take this home with you. As you started losing this range, guys, everybody gets very bearish. Oh my God, we're going to zero. We're breaking down. This is going to be the giga short to zero, but not the Candle Mafia, guys. Why are we not getting bearish here? The reason that we are not getting bearish here is because the value area low and the 786 are right here. And when we deviate, AKA break the range to the downside or the upside, we are then looking for the respective trades as that happens, right? So as you dip below this level, you are looking at this as an undersold an oversold asset, right? Or an undervalued asset. And if you know that price is likely to range around up here in your fair value and you deviate from that fair value, this is cheap XRP. And why would you not buy some cheap XRP down here and ride it back into the fair value? And that's how we use the volume profiles to get into good positions, guys. But we are simply getting the bounce from that 786 and value area low. We are now holding it, and we are now still within. This is the good news for XRP for more upside, is the fact that we are still above this value area low, remaining inside of our macro value area, which keeps the door to higher prices open, right? Potentially targeting not only this time point of control, sitting at about 75.50 or 0.7550, but also keeps the door open. If we flip that level to support, we could open the door to the point of control at about 83 cents. And then obviously, if we break that POC, we could look up to the value area high, which is all the way up here at $1.29. But we're pretty far away from that, and we're going to do more analysis right now to figure out if it's even likely to hold this value area low. Are we likely to hold this and get that move to the upside, or are we likely to slip this level, break down, and come down to our next key level, which is coming in closer to 55 cents? So let's come on down to the 1 hour here. 1 hour money flow crossover into the green with no 16-hour green dot. Money flow coming out on the 16-hour as well. Your 2-hour money flow is coming back up, but your VWAP is rolling back over. 45-minute VWAP rolling over, so 45-minute also looking for the red dot. Money flow kind of wonked out there for a minute. Yeah, bearish divergence is confirming on your 15-minute. Let's check the 4-hour real quick. Yeah, 4-hour money flow is in the red on XRP. This does look like it may want to roll over some point soon. I will say this. I am still holding my XRP short, guys. So take that for what it's worth. But yeah, here's the thing. This daily VWAP is rolling over. Like, just based off the volume profiles, guys, like, what happened here, right? We got into the volume profile, and now we tested that value area low as support. Look at us holding this value area low. As long this is how I'm handling XRP, guys. If we hold above the value area low at 63 cents, I am going to be looking up towards this time point of control at 75 cents to potentially get visited. However, I think if we're going to get a move up to that time point of control, it is likely going to happen on this daily green dot. I don't think it's likely to happen right this second. Actually, more likely, I think we could kind of just bing bong around here and potentially come down, but not expecting a big dump here until we lose that value area low at 63 cents. Money flow on the 4-hour crossing into the red, 2-hour money flow, 3-hour money flow, completely disagreeing with that. This 4-hour money flow, guys, may wind up tricking us, right? Because money flow crossing into the green on the 1 hour, 2-hour money flow coming up, 3-hour money flow coming up, 4-hour money flow coming out. It's just like completely different. But again, you know, we don't really have bearish divergences up here to signify this as a strong high or not, or I should say a significant high or not. But, you know, money flow in the 4-hour would indicate that the downtrend is likely to continue locally, right? Maybe to come down and test these lower levels. But is this a level that we would likely reject from? Well, let's pull the fib, right? So let's pull it from this swing high all the way to the low. So your golden pocket retracement from the high to the low is going to come in right here at about 68 cents. This could be a level of resistance to watch if we continue up for XRP. This could be, if you're going to get a rejection, a come up, put a lower high in, and reject, you could wind up putting that in at this level right here. And then your 786 is sitting at about 70 cents. That is the next kind of level of resistance I would be looking at if you break that golden pocket. But as long as you don't lose this value area low, I would be expecting to kind of bing bong around in this range and potentially come up. But once you lose that value area low, once you lose this value area low decisively with higher time frame candle closes below that level, this is where you're looking at this 4-hour money flow going, okay, this might be the money flow crossover I've been looking for a pull down, for a pullback down to lower prices. And then coming up to the higher daily time frames, like let's look at this, right? VWAP coming down on your 5-day, looking for a red dot. 4-day, looking for a red dot. 3-day, red dot confirmed, right? So this could potentially I mean, things are a little bit confusing right now, guys. I'll be honest. So I'm in my short. I'm holding my short. I manage the risk on this one, and if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. No big deal. But it is a little wish-washy, right? Because the higher time frames look like they want to cool off. Daily VWAP coming back up, but then your 4-hour money flow looks like garbage. VWAP above the zero line. XRP stay away right now, in my opinion. But based off the volume profile, I mean, basically, guys, I was looking for a long down here at this value area low, and that 2-hour bullish divergence may be the thing. So, again, if we hold above this value area low, I simply look up to the higher volume profile levels. Again, coming in at 83 to $1.29. And then time point of control coming in at 75 cents. So key level here is that value area low. You hold above this, we're going higher. If we lose it, we're probably going lower. Simply put. Indicators are a little bit confused right now. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. Let's see. All 100X for you. Drop your money to me. Shout out to Wick589, just out there offering his trading services. But let's see. Shout out to Jordy in the chat. What is going on, bro? Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and check out That was XRP. Let's check out IMX. And I did not explain the money flow. So let me explain the money flow on IMX. And I'll just do that first, right? Guys, with money flow, how you want to interpret the money flow, this is how I do it, right? Which is obviously half based off of Crypto Face's strategies, right? Basic market cipher strategies. And then the other half of it is just based off my own personal experience with market cipher and trading in general and all the hours, countless hours, 10,000 hours plus of back testing I've done with market cipher and with money flow, et cetera, et cetera. This is how I interpret it, right? Money flow indicates the longer term trend, right? So if you're looking at IMX here on the daily, when you get a money flow crossover into the green on any time frame, it indicates that the trend with context to that time frame, right? So this daily money flow crossover into the green is what would have been the signal to me that I am going to be looking for. Let me just hide this stuff, guys, real quick. As I want to make this super, super, super simple, right? So if you get a money flow crossover, say in this case on the daily, this is where I'm going to go to bar replay mode and spit the sauce here for a second, guys. Right now you're looking at IMX, right? You're high here, low here, high here, low here. You're expecting to maybe hit some resistance here and potentially get a breakdown, right? And why is that? Because, I mean, you clearly have resistance here, right? Boom, right? You got rejected here, acted as support, 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 support. You lost it. Resistance. Is it going to be resistance again? Are we going to get a big pullback? Well, the big warning sign here would have been the money flow getting very close to crossing over into the green. Now, once you start seeing this, you're thinking to yourself, hey, money flow indicates the longer-term trend, which means that if this money flow crosses over into the green, likely, even if we got a pushback or a pullback, it would likely be a higher low to start an uptrend to the upside, right, to higher prices. So money flow crossing over into the green indicates the entire trend. But the VWAP, right, the VWAP, this white wave crossing above and below that zero line, right here, coming down and crossing up. This is oftentimes when you get the red and green dots. And what this signifies is the ebbs and flows in the market, right? So, again, we started an uptrend here, obviously, right? And that would have been your warning sign to maybe not look for a moonshot short or a Goblin Town short at this level. You're thinking, hey, money flow's coming up. We're probably going to break out. And then, boom, you get the big move to the upside. And there's your trend, right? You have your low, your high, your higher low, your higher high, or your low, your high, your higher low, your higher high, your higher low, your higher high, right? And depending on what time frame you're looking at, that could change. But money flow indicates the trend, and the red and green dots, guys, indicate the ebbs and flows in the market or simply just the market noise, right? The red and green dots, I'll explain this very simply, right, or as simple as I can. Money flow indicates this, the trend, the overall trend. This is signaled by money flow. But the noise, the ups, the downs, the ups, the downs, the ups, the downs. This move down, this move down, this move up, and this move up individually, isolated, right? So this move up was likely signaled by this green dot. This little move down was likely signaled by this red dot. This move up was signaled by this green dot. This move down, this little move down that you can barely see right here, is signaled by the red dot. So money flow indicates the overall trend, and the red dots or VWAP crossovers indicate the ebbs and flows of the market, right? So there you go. VWAP is noise, money flow is trend, right? And that's how I was able to anticipate the bottom of the bear market being at 15K, right? Or 15.5, whatever it was. Because if you come to the Bitstamp chart here, you can see, that's the monthly, let's go to the weekly, right? You can see that every time you got a significant money flow crossover into the green, right here, it starts an uptrend. You have a low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, parabolic bull run, right? And then when money flow crosses into the red, which happened right here, right? Well, let me hide this, right? Money flow crosses over into the red right here on my crosshairs. What happens? Downtrend begins with your high, low, lower high, lower low. You break the structure and your downtrend continues. And this had a lot to do with money flow. And that's how I look at money flow. So shout out, I forget who asked for this, but shout out to you, bro. That's how I interpret money flow. I basically separate it between money flow and VWAPs. Money flow is longer term trend. VWAPs is the ebbs and the flows in the market. I always like to do this hand signal. Anyway, shout out to you guys. I don't know why I just tweaked out. Let's see. Excellent explanation, man. Oh, it was for Div X-Ray. That's right. Man, you are a trainer. Shout out to he said, you a trainer or something? Shout out to you, bro. I try to be. I just like to teach people the way, the good gospel of the market ciphers. But let's go ahead and continue on. Let's go ahead and let's see. Okay, so let's go back to IMX. So here we are on the Binance chart. Okay, so let me clear this off real quick, and let's get our actual TA back, right? So we had this value area, bada boom, bada bing, right? So look at this, guys. Almost all the altcoins, we were able to predict exactly where they were going just based off the volume profiles, right? We'll come down to the daily. It's probably more accurate, right? So you have your range pulled back here from about, let's see, from February the 3rd of 2023 all the way up to about May the 4th. Be with you, 2023. And we just extrapolated those levels to the right, guys. And what happened? Please, for the love of God, guys, if you take anything away from this stream, please take the volume profiles home with you, right? You come up, you're expecting resistance, right? You wound up getting a little bit of resistance before absolutely mooning right to the value area high and then totally wicking back down. But essentially what happened here was you came up, you rejected the value area low, and then you get back above on a lower time frame. Likely we flip this to support. And then what happened? You go to the value area high, likely stopping at the POC. And if we come down to a lower time frame, you can actually visualize this, right? So you come up, right? You bing bong, you get rejected, right? You come back up, and then right here, this is what I want to show you. Right here. You flip this to support, move to the POC, bing bong around the POC, and then you get to move up to the value area high. This is what you look for, and this is literally how we predicted. Like, I didn't know if we were going to definitely get resistance here, but I knew it was very likely because we had the previous value area high. So with that being said, we are hitting resistance. And if we come up to a higher time frame, you can see VWAP rolling back to the upside on your daily 16-hour green dot looking to print. Could break out here, right? But look at money flow, right? Remember, money flow indicates the longer-term trend. There's definitely room to run on this daily for money flow. But let's come down to the 4-hour time frame. VWAP rolling over. Potential bearish divergences into this key level, right? You have our higher highs on price action, lower highs on your momentum waves. I'm sorry, that was not correct. Lower highs on your momentum wave, so you have confirmed bearish divergence here with money flow coming out, and you may, even if we continue to push up here, guys, you may just put another drive of bearish divergence in. So I would be careful at these levels, to be honest with you, right? Even if we continue up a little bit, you could continue these bearish divergences with money flow continuing to the downside, and that's what I would look at for a potential correction. Now, another thing I want to do here is see if I could find any confluence with macro golden pockets on this value area high, right? Do we have any other key levels that match up with this? And it's definitely not what we're looking at right now. It's right. So let's see. Pull it to this swing high. Yeah. So it's pulled from this wonked out swing high. Let's see. Yeah. I'll pull this local fib from the high to the low. And, yeah, so if we do get a secondary push to the upside, guys, this is the level I would look for. I would be looking for a potential, if you don't reject from here, which is definitely possible. I don't know how likely it is, but definitely possible. I don't really, yeah, you got your 30-minute bear div into the, yeah, I mean, this is what we look for, guys. You look for those bearish divergences, amongst other confirmations, but a big signal is a bearish divergence at your key level that you will likely get some kind of a cool off to come in here. But look at your 30-minute, right? Your 30-minute green dot is about to print. So, if we do push up again, the real key level one of the key levels I would be looking at would definitely be up here on the 786 at about $1.33. So I'll mark that out with a horizontal line. Bada boom. So if you do get a secondary push, to the upside, that is the level that I would be looking at right here, $1.33, right? And then if you do get that move up into here, that would be a significant level because that gives you the full retracement. You're outside of your value area, and when you deviate out of those value areas, that's where you want to be looking for the shorts, right? And if you deviate below your value area, that's where you want to be looking for the longs. While everybody else is getting mega bullish and trying to get into a breakout that they may or may not know is coming, and then they wind up getting rejected and they get stopped out or just completely liquidated, we know that this is not only a key level of resistance that we could reject from, but even if we come above this now puts us in a so-called overbought scenario or overbought environment or overbought state of the asset where we can look to pick up or short that overvalued asset to anticipate a move back into your fair value, which is in your value area between the value area high and value area low, with your midpoint being the POC. And you would look, if you were able to get a short from up here or even up here, you're looking to target the point of control of the range. And then if you are decisively below that value area low, chances are you're going to come visit that POC and eventually the value area low to fill that entire range just based off how the volume profiles behave. So that is basically what I would be looking at on IMX, right? And key levels to the downside would simply be put as the previous POC and value area low of the range. And if I pull this local golden pocket, you could see that not only do you have the value area low down here, but you also have your golden pocket in beautiful confluence. So there you go. So these are going to be the key levels to the downside. I could probably get most likely on this little swing right here, come up to a higher time frame so I can get a better look. Yeah, this is right about here. You can see your POC and your local golden pocket. Also, pretty good confluence, right? So I'm going to get rid of the actual fib, and these are the two major zones I would be looking at for support. So if you got a short from here or even up here, and you come back into your range, you are going to be looking to take profit at the POC, first blue box, and then look to target the value area low, second blue box, while also taking more profit. So there you go. That is IMX. That's what I'd be looking at. Let's go ahead and check out Solana. How are we doing on time? Beautiful. Okay, we're doing good. All right, let's see. Let's see. I think they were trying to say 100x. Shout out to Brett Headley. He says 100x does not come every day and hard to get. So in a way, they were trying to help him, not bully him. I don't know. Apparently someone's getting bullied. Hopefully no one's getting bullied. Please don't bully anybody, guys. Be nice. But let's go ahead and continue on. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at Solana, who is, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. So here is our level here at about 65.82, which was technically our next target for Solana. We did front run it right here very, very slightly. And guys, what do we say? Oftentimes, when you front run one of our levels, it means that the level still needs to get tapped. And what happened? We front ran it by a few bucks, cooled off, got another move up to actually tap the level. So target acquired on Solana. It's like, oh God, the amount of altcoins that we were able to predict was insane based off these volume profiles. But it's really funny too, because like people are probably like, wow, those volume profile people probably really pay him a pretty dollar to shill that. It's a free tool on TradingView, which is the best part. I love it. I love it. But we are now beautifully tapping that next. Look at the level, guys. Beautifully tapping this next target on Solana at 65.82. And here's the thing. I don't know if we are likely to get much higher than this because we actually do have a pretty clean bearish divergence sitting here on Solana, looking to print on the 4-hour time frame. Coming on down to the 2-hour, it is actually, is it printing? Is this a bear div? No, it is not. Oh, yeah. We do have the bear div printing on the 2-hour for Solana. Could get the push to the downside for another potential cool-off. However, if we continue to push up, I do think that Solana is likely on its way to higher prices. Could be potentially targeting upwards of between $74 and $107 if we continue up and keep smashing our profit targets like we have over the past few days, right? I mean, we called Solana, and I don't say this to brag, guys. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse saying this. I do not say this to brag. I am not special. I like to think I am, right? Shout out to the CandleMafia. You guys think I'm special, right? No, it's not because I'm special. It's not because I'm the best trader. It's not because I'm the best analyst. It is simply the techniques that we use that enable us to predict these price targets to come in as expected. Now, again, I'm not saying this to brag, but quite literally, guys, we have been looking for Solana to come up and test this value area low, potentially break above it, get to the POC, and then get to the value area high. And literally, it's not even like we just get in here and shoot to the value area high. It respects every level. You get up, you flip it to support, you get to the POC, you bing bong around, and you get to the value area high. That was target number 1, acquired. And then we said if we broke out of this target, we would likely get a move up to this $65 level, would likely be the next key level. We front ran it, which might have made you think like, oh man, that level was kind of wonky. That wasn't like the best level. We didn't even really respect it. We front ran it. But no, we pulled back, and now look at now the level is getting respected. We almost touched it to the dollar here. So, and the fact that we are getting a beautiful bear div into this key level does mean we could pull back from here. But if we do push up, the next local level is going to be about $74. It's a pretty big move, but that is the next major key level of resistance. And the reason I would be careful here with the shorts on Solana, not saying you can't come down. This is a pretty nice signal to get some kind of a pullback. But the reason I am being careful in this zone, guys, is simply put, because we have a pretty massive volume gap. If you pull up the visual range volume profile, you can see there's not much in our way, right? There's not much in our way all the way up to about $75. Look, most of the volume was all down here. And then we have a big fall off in volume really up until the middle of this range, getting closer to $95 to $100. Now, obviously, we did have this level here, which we knew was an intermediary level of resistance that we would likely respect to some degree. But if we do continue to push up here, there's not much holding us back from that next level, right? Being this high volume node. So again, could we reject here for a pullback? Yes, 100. We totally can, right? But being very careful because we are kind of in this area where there's not much holding us back. So we could easily just yeet back to the upside. But what I want to do here is I actually want to pull back up. I'm going to hide the TA. I'm going to pull back up our volume indicator template. And essentially all this is, guys, is an indicator template when I want to take a look at volume, right? I want to see the VPVR. I want to see the previous value areas, the VWAP. And I also use this template to find our naked points of control. So while I hide everything else, I do want to take a look at the naked points of control. So do we have any naked daily points of control above this level that we are at right now? And that right now, so any naked point of control above $68 would be a big point of interest. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mark out the naked points of control that we had near that $68 level. So we have an MPOC right here. So I will mark that out, right? And I'll actually, let me go ahead and label this as MPOC. Bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. Where is it? MPOC. There we go. And then I will also mark out this MPOC. And I think that's it, right? Let me hide the TA one more time. And then I will also put one right about here. Which is going to be an interesting level for more than one reason. Not only is it a naked point of control, but it is also a previous value area low from back here. So this may actually make this a gold NPOC, right? Because that is likely going to be a bit stronger. So let's come to our current price, and then take a look at these levels. Bada boom. And let me get out of bar replay mode. Boom, right? So what is happening here? We actually didn't have an MPOC at this level, but we do have that naked point of control sitting just above us here at $70, right? So if we shoot up to 65, between 70 and $80, right? Like these are the next key levels. If we do push up, we may be able to reject this naked point of control at $70. And if we push up above that, I'd be looking at, between $75 and $80 for the big rejection. So I would have really liked a $65 MPOC. If we had an MPOC at $65, I would be honestly looking to enter a short on Solana. I would probably do it on stream right now if we had that set up. But we just don't. Let me double check. MPOC. Oh, MPOC, $65. Where are we at? Yeah, I mean, it's up at $70. There is no MPOC at $65, at least no daily MPOC. Let's see if we have a weekly. Nope. Monthly? No. So, yeah, those are the levels I'd be looking at, guys. Let me get back to our current price action. So there you go. On Solana, we definitely are hitting a nice level here. Also, another thing to keep in mind here, guys, is the fact that we do have not only the 4-hour bear div looking to print, the 2-hour bear div printing, but we also have some 12-hour bearish divergences looking to print here on Market Cipher B with our lower highs and our higher highs on price, or lower highs on our momentum waves with money flow coming out and the VWAP coming down, looking to print a red dot. So we might be able to cool off here. I would just be careful if we do push up. You guys now have these that key level at $70 and that key level at $77 to be looking at for a potential rejection. We have a lot of resistance leading up to this $80 value area low that could wind up being the thing that gives us a big move down. But if we get this div, I think we could pull back from one of these levels up here. So that's what I'm looking at on Solana. Shout out to Dave Digital. He says, I sell you an MPOC for $70. I can't do 60, Frankie. You know what, Dave? I'll just I'll give you 75. I'll give you an extra $5, Dave. Shout out to Dave Digital. But yeah, guys, that is what we are looking at. Yeah, that's what we're looking at on Solana. Nice little bear div there. But let's go ahead and move on to our next altcoin, which is going to be ICUP. I mean ICP. No U. Take the U out of that, guys. Sorry. All right, let's go ahead and see here. Bada boom, bada bing. RoseZ7X, I have started a short on Sol. Shout out to Brett Headley going for the short. Nice. Be careful of those secondary pushes to the upside, but we'll see what happens. And you guys want to remember, I want to remind you guys, you want to be very careful with the shorts right now. We are in a bullish environment. I don't want anyone to get it twisted just because I was looking for that short on Solana. It is not likely going to be a short to zero. If anything, right, if we go back to Solana real quick, right, sure, you could get a short, but looking at the weekly money flow is just looking across into the green. So this is likely the start of a bigger uptrend. So if we do pull back, it is likely going to be a lackluster pullback to put in a higher low and then continue back to the upside. So just keep that in mind. I don't want anyone thinking that we're like getting super bearish all of a sudden, but we're just trying to catch a small pullback before more upside, just to be clear. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. Shout out to Shibs. Shout out to Shibs. He says, "Hey, CandleMafia and mods, can anyone help me with how to set up YouTube to receive gifts? I'm hunting one of those sweet Frankie Candles memberships." Shout out to the mods. Go ahead and if you guys can let him know, you just gotta change some settings in your YouTube settings. You just gotta make it so you can accept gifted memberships. So there you go. Shout out to Multi-Sig Dummy. Thank you for the super chat. He said, "Yo, Frankie, how did that conversation with Lil Bubble go?" Shout out to Multi-Sig Dummy. It's classified. Top secret. Anybody? DJ Khaled? Anybody? Anyway, shout out to Multi-Sig Dummy. Actually, truth is, Multi-Sig, I actually have to hit him up. I have not been in my DMs. Things are extremely hectic right now. But I am going to be in his DMs. I just haven't... I haven't had a full conversation with him yet, but Multi-Sig, I appreciate you so much for getting that going because, dude, if we could get something going on where Lil Bubble makes us a fire song or something, or we can get some kind of collaboration going, that would be absolutely fire. So shout out to Multi-Sig for opening up that door. BTC dumping hard. Let's go, baby. Let's see. No, I won't. Yeah, she's creeping. She's creeping up, to be honest. A little rising wedge, potentially. Nice little rising wedge. Could break it down. But yeah, there you go. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, let's continue on here, guys. Let's get back to the altcoins. I don't want to get sidetracked too much with Bitcoin. Yeah, that's what I'd be looking at on Solana. Let's go ahead and take a look at ICUP. All right, let's see. Tether US. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so ICP, we had this old value area, which was obviously respected as you would expect. Let me get rid of these intermediary levels. But get rid of that too. Yeah, so you can see we respected that value area high pretty cleanly here on the daily. I mean, just could not get above that daily value area high. But once you wound up getting a breakout, we flipped this value area high to support, and we are now continuing to the upside, putting in barely putting in a bearish divergence here on the 6 hour. Checking that 4 hour, no real bear div. It's kind of exaggerated, which could be a weak signal or just a false signal in general. But same thing, very similar to Bitcoin, right? We came down, we tapped that POC, and then we got the breakout, right? Very, very common to see that happen with a volume profile where before, you get a breakout, but you really do come down and test that POC before you come up to higher prices. Taking a look at your daily green dot printing. So if we continue to pump here, guys, I will give you the higher targets based off that green dot on the daily time frame. So let's take a look. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to mark out this 786. Come on, 786. And then I am going to move this fib. Come on. I'm going to move this fib all the way to this high. See if we have confluence. Okay, so this would be kind of the next zone I would be looking at for ICP. If we continue up, I would be looking for some potential shorts or potential rejections up at these levels. If this green dot on the daily is going to play out and give you another push to the upside, the next key level of resistance for ICP is going to be between 543 and 516. So if we come up and we push into this level, I will be looking for a potential rejection. And yeah, that's basically really what I would be looking at. Money flow is coming up and with that green dot, so definitely possible to get another move to the upside. 2-day red dot, but look at your money flow on the 2-day, guys. Very, 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 very likely that we see higher prices for ICP, right? Whether we get a small pullback first and then get a big move up. This 2-day money flow is extremely bullish. This is where typically you get the big moves up, right? If we look at some of these other other coins, right? 2-day money flow crossover on Link. Boom, right to the upside. Money flow crossover on the daily for INJ. Or 2-day money flow crossover for INJ. Boom, massive move to the upside, right? So, and simply put, ICP has not gotten that yet. So we may be looking for a big move up for ICP once we get this red dot on the 2-day to play out, and then once that money flow crosses over into the green, that could be a good opportunity to look for a big move up. Kind of exciting to see that on ICP that it hasn't really gotten that money flow crossover yet. Lot of potential bigger moves to the upside on the way for ICP. And then if you do get those moves up, that's the key level of resistance I would be looking at. And that's all I'm going to give. That's all I'm going to give on ICP, guys, because honestly, like that green dot on the daily is going to take time to play out. And then your 16-hour green dot is just confirmed. 8-hour kind of looking to roll over potentially. 4-hour looking for the red dot, looking very similar to a lot of other stuff. So yeah, I would be neutral. It's kind of hard, right? Because like I'm neutral, bullish, and bearish all at the same time. It depends on the time frame we're looking at, right? So locally, like short term, I would actually be looking for a pullback. But that would be a small pullback before that daily green dot potentially gives you a bigger move up to higher prices, getting closer to our target at about $5.16. So there you go. That is what I'd be looking at on ICP. All right, let's go ahead. Shout out to Blockchain Domain. What is going on, bro? He said, just got here. What's good, guys? Chilling, Blockchain Domain. Thank you for chilling and stopping by the Frank Candles live stream. I appreciate you very, very much. And shout out to the 844 people who are concurrently watching this stream right now. Smash that like button, guys. If we get 850 likes on tonight's stream, I will be spinning that wheel of pain and pleasure 30 times, and we will be giving away a free month of the premium Discord to one lucky CandleMafia member. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Chainlink is dumping. What happened to Chainlink? Chainlink's not dumping. Chainlink is. I mean, hey, we were looking for a move down here, right? So basically, we came up to the previous value area low, and we are simply rejecting that previous value area low. Almost drew this beautifully. Almost drew this perfectly. But yeah, we are rejecting that previous value area low on Link. But you do have a 12 and 16-hour green dot that are fresh. Daily VWAP curving back up towards that 0 line. So yeah, could get a. That could wind up being the thing that saves you from getting a big breakdown here. But no, I wouldn't say it's dumping. I mean, what is it? Yeah, I mean, for the day, I mean, we were up. Yeah, we were up for the day. And then, yeah, on this new candle, we're down like a tiny bit. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. Did I miss Sheeb yet? Shout out to Brist. I don't know how to say your name, bro. I apologize. We did not look at Sheep, but we probably won't have time for Sheep today. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Sheep is on the list. We will be looking at Sheep right after we take a look at Rune. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was completely wrong. But there we go. All right, let's take a look at Rune. Let's see. I don't even remember what this trade was. I think this was somebody said that they got a fire trade on Rune, so we marked it out for them, and it indeed was a fire trade. But let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and clear the TA. This value area was respected, but we clearly got a clean breakout of that value area. So I'm going to start fresh here on Rune, coming on over to the 6-day. And let's go ahead and take a look Yeah, okay. So, yeah, can that POC. Okay, so let me actually go ahead. Okay, so this is the value area I would be watching on Rune right now because we got that massive, massive, massive move up, and I'd be looking at this value area, right? You have your value area low sitting right here at 372. POC coming in at 638, and your value area high coming in at 1028. Oh, shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He said Crypto Face dropped alpha today. In your DMs is a clip. Shout out to Dave Digital. I wish I could play that clip live right now, but last time we did that, we had a very, very holy stream, and a dark stream at that. Dark and holy. And hair. Anyway, shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for that, bro. I will check those DMs right after our stream. I will go ahead and check it out. But let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. Bada boom. It's so hard for me to stay away from chat. Let's see. I have to go. Great TA again. You are amazing. Shout out to Div X-Ray. We will see you next time, brother. Thank you for being here. Another forbidden chart. Shout out to Jay-Z. But, guys, this is the volume profile I would be keeping an eye on what is this, Rune? Just because, right, this is the value area that we are accepted into right now, right? So this, let me come back down to, why does this volume profile look so wonked out? Bear with me, guys. Where did we draw that? On the daily? Where did we draw that? 4 hour? Where was that range from? Definitely not the 4 hour. Where did we draw that? Oh, it's probably the 2-day. No? What is good with this? Did anybody see the time frame I drew that range on? Was it the 16 hour? Come on. You got to be kidding me. Well, anyway, I guess it doesn't matter because we drew the lines. But anyway, here we are, right? We are accepted into this area of balance, guys. So what are you expecting here? You're simply expecting to get above that value area low, get a move towards that POC, which makes your next key level of resistance, which we are very, very quickly approaching, getting very, very close to 638. So yeah, $6.38 is the next key level of resistance on Rune. However, you do have a beautiful 3-hour bearish divergence printing with a 4-hour bearish divergence looking to print. So you may be able to get a rejection from where we're at now, but I would be careful of a potential secondary push up to $6.38, where if you are able to put that bearish divergence in, right? If you're able to put that bear div in with that red dot on the 4-hour, you could get that cool off. Where would I be looking for that cool off to take you? Potentially down to this golden pocket, 786. Fibonacci retracement level, or retracement zone is what I should call it. So there you go. That is what I'd look for. Even if we push up, you got your POC right there, which is going to be pretty likely that we get a reaction off of. Whether it's a big move down or not is another question, but money flow on the 4-hour is continuing to the downside. Let's check that daily. Yeah, I would be careful for the secondary push to the, oh no, I'm sorry. I thought that was printing. Yeah, I would be careful around this POC at 638. That is your next key level of resistance. And with that, I would look for that 4-hour bear div. Once that 4-hour bear div confirms, that is likely going to be when you get some kind of a pullback to come in here. And your 15-minute money flow is also coming out. Remember what we talk about with the money flow coming out on the 15-minute at the same time as having that 4-hour red dot print. A lot of times, that is the start of a bigger move to the downside. So that's what I'd be looking at on Rune. Watch that key level at $6.38. Clearly putting in those bear divs. Money flow coming out on the 15-minute with your 4-hour red dot and bearish divergence looking to print on the 4-hour makes it somewhat likely that we could get a pullback here. I would just be careful of that secondary push to the upside. And what I want to do on Rune, as well as we did on whatever other altcoin that was that we looked at, I'm going to pull up that volume template, and I want to take a look at our naked points of control. Let's take a look at that PVP. And I'm actually going to, is this at all-time highs? No, right? Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. All right, so let's go ahead. And what I want to do here is I'm looking for naked points of control. Checking the monthly. And I'm actually going to come back a little bit. I'm going to come back one candle here. There we go. Okay, so no naked monthly. Let's check the weekly. No naked weekly until about 642. So we can mark that out as a naked point of control. These are key levels if you're looking at Rune that you should have on your chart, just so you know. weekly. Let me go ahead and label this. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's label this. Where is it? MPOC, right about here. Okay, so we have a naked point of control sitting at this macro point of control, which is basically where we're sitting at right now, but we'll take a look at this in a second. And then you do have another one upwards of about $9, but we're not going to mark that out just yet. I do want to take a look at the daily time frame to see if we have any naked points of control on the daily. Let's pull it. And we do. Well, I mean, we have this, naked daily point of control as well. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a key level, guys. I'll be honest. Like, I'm glad we looked at these naked points of control because this is going to be a pretty key level to look for a rejection. So, yeah, you might get sucked up towards that naked point of control, but this is where I would look for a potential short opportunity on Rune. Simply put, $6.37, naked point of control, as well as the point of control of your macro range, right? POC of this range as well. So, going to be a big level of resistance if we don't come down from here if you get up there. So there you go, guys. That is what I'm looking at on Rune. And then let's see if we can find those we'll take a look at Sheep real quick, and then we'll take a look at those other meme coins that someone was asking for. I don't remember who it was. Go ahead and start nice and fresh on Sheep. And actually, this is Sheep on Coinbase. Let's look at Sheep on Binance. There we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and actually, I'm just going to clear some of this stuff, right? We'll just clear the noise because this volume profile is likely going to get respected, right? And it actually is getting respected. I can't tell you. I mean, I guess we were looking at Sheeb in August was the last time we looked at Sheeb. And here is your previous volume profile that you should be looking at, right? Let me move this. Boom. Yeah, so if we can get above this previous value area low, guys, this is the doorway. This is not only your previous value area low, but this is your doorway. This is your doorway to higher prices, right? This is, let me label it, doorway to higher prices. I'm gonna take away this. Okay, so door to higher prices, right? So if we crack above this, similar to what we were looking at on XRP when we were pumping, break above this value area low, going to be very likely you get a move up to your point of control at whatever price that is, at 1096. And then if you get above that POC, that's where you're looking for a run up into your value area high at 1340. So that is that is what I would be looking at on Sheep. I'll keep it super simple on Sheep, right? So there you go. Like simply watching this value area. On top of that, 2-day red dot printing. So, pretty expected to get some resistance in here. At the value area low, especially with that red dot on the 2-day. Take a look at the daily. Daily looking for the green dot. So, yeah, I mean, likely this green dot is, if you're going to break above this value area low, your next best shot at it is going to be on this daily green dot. So if you're looking for higher prices on Sheep, I'd wait for that daily green dot, see if you can get above that value area low, and then it's going to be very likely that 1096 comes in. And if you get above that level, it's going to be very likely that 1340 comes in. And then we can reassess the situation if we get back to those range highs. But simply put, these are going to be the key levels to look at on Sheep. Pull from the low to the high, or from the high to the low, and you can see here, 786, beautiful confluence on that 786 with the value area high right here. So that is going to be key resistance once we get up there. Boom, if we get up there, that is. So there you go. That is the next level of resistance, or key level of resistance I would be looking at for some kind of a bigger short on Sheeb. And then if we go ahead and pull to this lower high, Golden Pocket POC also has some significant confluence here. So these are your next basic key levels of resistance. Get a move up into this Golden Pocket POC. Get above that, looking at 1340. So there you go. Super, super, super easy TA on Sheep. Simple. All right, let's go. Shout out to the 783 people still in here, guys. If you have not, smash that like button. Go ahead and smash it and get us to 850 likes so I could give away a free premium Discord membership. Let's go. And we'll give away a Frankie Candles hat if we get 850 as well. But we are running out of time here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and try to find those meme coins that we had on from that super chat. Let's go ahead and see. Dang, the super chats are popping off today. All right, let's see. Naked POC in my phone. Is that cheating? Shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for the super chat, bro. No cheating, Dave. No cheating. Shout out to you, bro. But let's see here. And shout out to Creighton C. I didn't see this super chat. I missed a couple. I said you might not be in your DMs, but pretty sure Dave keeps slipping in. Shout out to Creighton C. Dave Digital is always in the DMs. He's a DM staple. But let's see. Shout out to Creighton. He says, I heard the mouse talking smack about Mama Candles. Also said you had skinny calves. Also caught Mrs. Candles and the mouse holding hands. Just saying. Shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to Creighton C. I'm not 100% exactly the meaning behind that, but shout out to you, bro. I appreciate the super chat, Creighton. Thank you. And hold up, we got another one coming in here from Hold Me Harder, Daddy. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think Daddy was in there. Just hodl me harder. Shout out to you, man. Said, love you, suck a fish. Have a nice stream. Heart ya, chat. Shout out to Hodl Me Harder. And we're going to now call him from now on Hodl Me Harder Daddy. But shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Creighton, thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate you very much, every single one of you guys. But let's see. Martin says, it sounds like he's outside your house, Frankie. Oh, God. Oh, God. But let's continue on here. Shout out to Tyler Durden says, all list for tonight. How about dem and spins? Shout out to Tyler Durden. But we will be spinning the wheel here in a second, guys. I do want to go ahead and take a look at Kata was that altcoin that they wanted us to take a look at. I forget exactly who asked for it, but I will try my best to make sense of this chart. But please understand that these meme coins oftentimes do not respect the TA. So I do want you guys to be aware of that. But let's go ahead and pull our fib. From the high to the low, golden pocket retracement is going to be between these two prices here. I'm not going to read them just because I don't want to mess them up because they are very small and decimal riddled. But this is going to be the next rejection zone I'd be looking. I'll try to read them off here. Between 1321.88 and 1067.70 is going to be that next major area I'd be looking for a rejection. However, we are hitting some local resistance right now, which is kind of hard to say. I mean, we are hitting the 786 golden pocket. Could get a rejection here as well, to be honest with you. So I'll actually mark this out as a level as well. Taking a look at the daily, no real bearish divergence, but you can see we did reject that 786 pretty well. VWAP coming up, so I would be careful. Take a look at the 4-hour. VWAP coming down. Yeah, you may be able to reject here a little bit for a little while. And then what I would do is I would pull this range, and then this would be kind of the value area I would look to respect if we wind up coming all the way back down to these levels. Boom. So yeah, if we continue down here, which in my opinion is not going to be too unlikely here, but yeah, not going to be too unlikely. But I will, if we reject this, if we can't get back above this golden pocket, guys, we could be on our way back down here to the value area high of the range at about 47,044. Money flow continuing out on your 4-hour time frame. Red dot looking to print. May be able to get the move down here if you get a significant retracement. The only thing I would be careful of is that daily green dot. Like your 16 hours about to print a green dot. A lot of mixed signals today, guys. I don't even really feel comfortable giving you guys a clear direction. I do think on a lot of this stuff, a macro retracement is likely to come in, or a bigger full retracement is likely to come in. But as far as like the trades right this second, the signals are very mixed right now. It looks like we could pull back, but a lot of potential scammy last pumps to the upside. But these are the key levels I would look at on Katana Inu. But just please understand that the TA is very, very likely to get stepped on here with the meme coins. Oh, hold up. Oh, wait, hold up. Shout out to Chiefy Ways. Were you the one that was asking how to set up the memberships? Well, you got one now, bro. I think you were the one asking about it. But shout out to Golden, you absolute savage, bro. Unbelievable. Golden out here just gifting membership after membership. Absolutely incredible. Dude, you are the absolute goat. We're even going to play those beats for you. Shout out to Golden. If you just got a membership from Golden, go ahead and smash that like button and drop that new golden emoji that we just gave you by accepting that membership. Spam it in the chat and show Golden your love. Golden, you're an absolute legend, bro. Brad Guidell in the chat. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. And Golden, you are an absolute menace. Spam those golden emojis. Chat rate is a 45 right now. Let's go. Smash that like button for Golden. If you don't like me, smash it for Golden. Giving away those free Frankie Candles memberships. Bro, you are the absolute GOAT and the biggest sponsor of our YouTube channel. So shout out to Golden, bro. Oh, God, I don't know what we did. I do not know what we did to deserve you, bro, but you are the absolute GOAT, and I love you dearly. But, guys, with all that being said, I think that's about all the time we got for the altcoins tonight. We are going to go ahead and start spinning that wheel of pain and pleasure, which I don't think is going to be a 30-spin night, but we can go ahead and spin it however many likes we got. I see a 6 in there. Let's see, 605 likes. Let's go. We got 6 spins on the wheel. Let's see. Golden needs a big tax write-off this year. Shout out to Luke. Hey, Golden, you write off. You not a financial advisor or an accountant, but hey, you want to write off, whatever you think you need to write off. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Golden, bro. What do we do to deserve you, bro? You are literally the GOAT. Like, look at the Goldens in chat, bro. They love you, man. They absolutely love you, bro, and so do I. Shout out to Golden. Unbelievable. Oh, God. How do I get a membership behind the Cena? Shout out to you, man. You got to change the settings in your YouTube settings to accept gifts. I don't know what the setting looks like, or I'd show you, but you just got to turn on the ability to accept gifts. Golden has given away 2,600 memberships, and the fact you're like proves it. Shout out to Wick. Yeah, I would. We love you, Frankie. Shout out to Golden. No, we love you, Golden. I literally want you to host the stream one day. I want to have you. We're going to fly you out and have you host the stream, and you're just going to do TA on memberships and just give away memberships the whole day. It's going to be amazing. Shout out to Golden. Dude, I really do hope I get to meet you in person one day, bro. I'm going to give you the biggest bear hug you've ever gotten in your life. Guys, yeah, show your love to Golden in the chat, guys. 684 people in here, guys. Smash that like button as we wind down the stream here. Yeah, Golden said that's a bad idea. That's okay, Golden. There's not an amount of damage that you could do to this channel that will ever counteract the good that you've done for the channel. So if the stream bombs, you'd have to do a lot worse than that to undo the good you've done for us. So shout out to Golden. Bull hug, please. Yes, actually, that is true. It will be a bull hug. It won't be a bear hug. Definitely be a bull hug. Yeah, wow, legendary. Shout out to B-Rad Crypto. Wolfman ate my crypto in the chat. Let's go. Hey, Golden. Is he or she, can it be Mrs. Candles? Shout out to I Watched. I hope it's not Mrs. Candles, like on the low, on her phone, just gifting, probably buying memberships for my YouTube channel, probably with my money. No, it's definitely not Mrs. Candles, unless she's just draining my bank account or just spending money without telling me. Who knows? But no, I'm not Mrs. Candles. I would love to know. Golden, shout out to you, man. I've actually talked to Golden. I had suspicions that it may have been Crypto Billy, but the funny thing is, I really don't think it's Crypto Billy. I am still slightly suspicious that it is somebody that is not being honest about who they are, but I'll be honest, guys. I really don't think it is. Nope. Yeah. I really don't. Yeah. I think. That's why I can't wait to meet Golden. And hopefully, I'm going to die if one day we're at a Bitcoin conference or something and I'm sitting with the mods and Crypto Billy goes, like, just lets me know. He's like, by the way, I'm Golden. I'm going to be like, no way. But I did talk to him, and it is not Billy. Yeah, Rob the Crypto said it's not Billy. And yeah, it is not the mods. It is not anybody I know as far as I'm concerned. But Golden just seems, yeah. Guys, Golden, I believe, I don't know, I don't want to dox too much about what we talked about, but we'll just say I think Golden has done very, 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 very well for himself. And he just loves the community is really what I think it is, or at least that's what he told me. So yeah, I believe him. And when someone says giving as this, how could you not believe them? So shout out to Golden. I don't even care if it's Gary Gensler at this point. It's still all love for Golden because he supports us more than literally I think anybody else has. So it's really, really crazy. So shout out to Golden. Golden is Satoshi. Low key, I feel like Golden may be Satoshi, guys. That would be pretty lit. We have like an in with Satoshi. Who knew? I don't know why I'm spinning the wheel 15 times, guys. But hey, there we go. We didn't hit the like goal, but we spun it 15 times. But dang, guys, this wheel has not been very nice to us lately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 giveaways out of 15 is not the best hit rate. But there you go. That's for you, mods. Guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Thank you all for sticking around all the way till the end of the stream. Smash that like button on your way out. It is the easiest and most free way that you guys can help support this YouTube channel and spread the word of crypto out to the rest of the cryptoverse and just recruit all these CandleMafia members and turn us into an even more unstoppable force than we already are. And with all that being said, guys, watch out for Bitcoin's last push to the upside. I do think the correction is coming, but just be careful of these little last pushes to the upside. Look for those bearish confirmations at those key levels of resistance that we just gave you at the beginning of the stream. And with all that being said, it's all the time I got for tonight's stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace. You gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience and the pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays.
Oh, we're going to cut that song a little bit short because Dark Crash in the chat letting everybody know to drink some water. As you guys know, Dark Crash is the official water sponsor of the channel, and he keeps us all hydrated by reminding us with those water glasses in the chat to keep hydrated and drink that water and not just drink Aztecian Cactus Moss water only. But I just wanted to shout out Dark Crash. I was chatting with him a little bit in Discord, and yeah, I will say he had a picture of himself in there showing off his new Gucci glasses. And turns out that he is the king of hydration, guys. You could tell by his silky smooth skin. It is just clear that this is the most hydrated man on earth. But shout out to Dark Crash and shout out to everybody in the CandleMafia. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time. That's all I got for the Frankie Fake Out. I'll see you tomorrow. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on the road, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on the road, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, hey, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top